Good morning, students. In last class, we have discussed the WBC, the types of WBC, and also a blood clotting or a thrombocytes, and how the mechanism of a blood clotting is taken place. Now we are going into a next topic, that is a blood groups. So here blood groups. What are blood groups means? Here these blood groups are. It was introduced. The blood groups was introduced by the Karl Landsteiner. It was discovered. That means the blood groups was discovered by the Karl Landsteiner, and AB blood group. AB blood group was discovered by D. Castelli and the Steiner. So these are the two persons. Sorry. So here the AB blood group was discovered by Steiny. So here these are the two persons where it was discovered by the blood group was first discovered by the Karl Landsteiner, and AB blood group was discovered by Castelli and also the Steiner. So here these are the two persons where they are discovered the blood groups. And also for the discovery of the blood groups by the Karl Landsteiner, here he got the Nobel Prize. He got the Nobel Prize for his discovery in the physiology, and also in the medicine. For his discovery, he got a Nobel Prize by the discovering of the blood groups. So here what are the groups? That means blood groups present in a man. Blood groups present in a man. So here there are two type of components are presenting. There are two components. Two components are presenting. That two components are, one is called as the plasma, and the second one is called as the RBC. So here in the blood groups, we are having two components are presenting. That two components are, one is called as the plasma, and the second one is called as the RBC. In the RBC of the human, we are having two, that means it consists, it is coated, the RBC of humans, it is coated with an antigen. It is coated with a specific protein. That protein is called as an antigen. So with the help of this antigen, we can easily identify which type of a blood group is presenting in the humans. So that is RBC. That means RBC is coated with a special protein. It is coated with the specific protein. That protein we can call as an antigen. So with the help of this antigen, we can easily identify the type of a blood group which are presenting in the humans. So what are that we'll discuss. So here the antigen, that means the RBC, which is coated with a specific and glycoprotein. It is coated with a glycoprotein. That glycoprotein we can call as an antigen, or otherwise we can call that as an agglutinogens. Agglutinogen. So here we can call that as agglutinogens. So here coming to the an antigen. So here what are antigen means? These are the type of glycoproteins which are coated by the NRBC. That means these are the specific glycoproteins which is coated by the NRBC. Then it is called as an antigen. They are called as an antigens. So here there are two type of an antigens are presenting two types of antigens. Two type of an antigen such as antigen A and an antigen B. So here there are two type of an antigens. They are called as the antigen A and the antigen B. So if the person is coated, if a person of RBC is coated with glycoprotein A, then it is called as A blood group. So here if they are coated with a special antigen, that is glycoprotein A is coated, then we can call them as the A blood group. Next, if a person of RBC, if a person of RBC is coated with glycoprotein B, then it is called as a B blood group. Is called as a blood group. That means if it is coated with a glycoprotein B, that is it is coated with a glycoprotein B or antigen B. It is coated with a glycoprotein, that is glycoprotein means antigen A. It is coated with an antigen A, it is called as A blood group. It is coated with antigen B, then it is called as a glycoprotein. So it is called as a B blood group. And if it is coated, the RBC is coated with a glycoprotein A and B. If RBC is coated with antigen with glycoprotein A and B, then it is called as AB blood group. Then it is called as AB blood group. That means if it is coated, the glycoprotein is, that means RBC is coated with a glycoprotein A and B, then it is called as a AB blood group. And last one, if RBC is not coated with glycoprotein A and B, then it is called as a blood group. That means if it is not coated, that means glycoprotein RBC is not coated with a glycoprotein A and B, it is absenting. That means glycoprotein A and B is absenting of the RBC, then such type of blood group we can call as a O blood group. So that here there are 4 types of blood groups are presenting, that 4 blood groups will having the 4 blood groups, will having the 4 blood groups such as A, B, AB and the O. So these are the 4 types of the blood groups which are presenting in the humans or in the MNs. What are that means? Here we will having that is A, B, AB and the O. They are presenting, they are having the blood groups, that is 4 types of blood group, 4 blood groups such as A, B, AB and the O. So these are the 4 types of blood groups which are present in a corpuscle that is called as the RBC. That means here RBC is coated with a special type of protein that is called as an antigens. So that is antigen A and antigen B. If it is protein, it is RBC is coated with a glycoprotein A or antigen A, then it is called as A blood group. It is coated with antigen B, then it is called as B blood group. If it is coated with RBC is coated with antigen A and antigen B, then we can call as AB blood group. If it is not coated, coating is absent in the RBC of A and B antigens, then we can call as the O blood groups. So there are 4 types of blood groups are presenting such as A, B, AB and the O. Next, coming to the second one, that is an antibodies. Now coming to the second one, that is antibodies. Antibodies. So here the antibodies, these are present in the blood of the plasma. These are present in the these are present in the plasma blood. These are present in blood plasma. These are present the blood plasma, and these are called as, that means these are present in blood plasma are called as antibodies, are called as the antibodies. That means these are the proteins, present in these are proteins present in blood plasma are called as an antibodies, or otherwise you can call as agglutinins, or otherwise you can call them as agglutinins. We can call them as the agglutinins. That means here antigens are called as agglutinogens and antibodies are called as agglutinins, we can call. And here also there are 2 type of the antibodies are presenting. These are also 2 types. So such as antibody A, antibody A and antibody B. So here there are two type of an antibodies. They are antibody A and an antibody B are presenting, where here antigens, that means in antigens glycoproteins will decides the type of blood groups. But here in antibodies there is no, these are not helpful for the identification of blood groups. These are presenting along with the specific antigens. These are presenting with these are present with specific these are present with specific and antigens. So here they are presenting with antigen, specific antigens react with the antibodies. Antibody. So here same type of antigen will say antigen and antibody does not having the same type of antibodies, and antigen and antibodies are not be presenting, they are differently will presenting. So if antigen A is presenting here an antibody B is presenting, and if antigen B is presenting here an antibody A is presenting, and if antigen AB is presenting here there is no antibodies are absent, antibody are absent. Here in antigens absent of antigen, here antigens are absent, antigens are absent, then here A and B antibodies are presenting, antibody A and B are present. So this is where we can take in place will having there is no antigens. So here we will having a different type of antibodies are presenting. When you see here A antigen will consist of antibody B, and B antigen will consist of antibody A, and if antigen AB blood group antigen AB is presenting, and here antibodies are absenting is taken place. In O blood group, in O blood group antigens are absenting, and here antibodies A and B are presenting. This is how they are having this different type of antibodies are presenting, that is taken place, where these are not helpful for the identification of a blood group, but in the plasma of the NRBC, a plasma of the NRBC or blood, in the plasma of the blood, here will consist of antibody A and antibody B are presenting, along with the specific an antigen A and an antigen A and antigen B, they are presenting. Same type of antigen and antibodies are not be presenting, they are differently is present. That means antigen A is presenting means here antibody B is presenting. So they are differently they are presenting. So here these are not helpful for the identification of a blood group, but the antigens are helpful for the an identification of a blood groups. And also here antigens are called as agglutinogens, but antibodies are called as agglutinins. They are called as agglutinotins. They are called as, where here having two type of antibodies, antibody A and an antibody B. So when you see here the blood groups, in a blood group, groups, if you see here antigen and antibody, antigen and antibody, antigen and antibody. So here A blood group, A blood group is presenting an antigen, A is present, sorry, B is presenting, and if B is B blood group, B blood group and A blood group. Here will having antibody A is presenting, and AB blood group will having the absent. That means antibodies are antibodies are absent, and here antigens are absenting. Antigens are absent in O blood group, and here will having A and B antibodies are presenting, where this one we can see in this, so that here we can call them as here AB blood group. Here AB blood group, AB a blood group we can call as AB blood group. AB a blood group is called as a universal. We can call as a universal recipient. We can call as a universal. That means AB blood group we can call as a universal recipient. Why you can call as a recipient means he can take place, AB blood group can take place from any type of blood group, that is A, B, AB and O blood group. From any type of blood group they can able to donate the blood. So that why they can able to donate means here the antibodies are absenting. Due to the absence of the antibodies, they can able to take any type of blood group for the a person, that is AB person can able to take any blood group from any type of person. They can take place the a blood group. So why means due to the absence of an antibodies. So due to the absence of an antibodies, here AB blood group we can call them as a universal recipient. Why you can call means they can take place due to the absence of an antibodies. They can take place from any blood group. They can able to take the blood such as A, B, AB and O. From these four types of blood group they can able to take the blood, so that they are called as the universal recipient. And here O blood group. Here O blood group we can call as O blood group. AB, O blood group. Here what happens, your O blood group we can call as a universal. A blood group we can call as universal donor. We can call as that means O blood group. O blood groups are called as universal donor. Why O blood groups are called as universal donors means here due to the an absence of an antigens. Due to an absence of the antigens, they can able to donate the blood for any other blood groups. That means any other blood group persons can able to donate the blood, so that due to the absence of the an antigens, so they can able to donate any blood group. So here O blood group is called as a universal donors. Here O blood groups are called as a universal donors. Why means due to the absence of an antigens we can call them as universal donors, and AB blood group we can call as universal recipients due to the absence of an antibodies. So here we can take place a blood transfusion. We can use the word as a blood transfusion. We can use the word as what is the blood transfusion. So next coming to the blood transfusion. Blood transfusion. So here what is a blood transfusion means the transfer of the blood, the transfer of blood from one person to the another person, one person to the another person. Then this process we can call as a blood transfusion. That means transferring of the blood from where, from one person to the another person, the blood is transferring. So when it is the transferring of the blood from one person to another person, we can call as a blood a transfusion, and the blood which is giving the person, that means here when the blood transfusion is taken place means if it is taken place the injuries, severe injuries and also this cesarean, that is operation and operations. In these such conditions here the blood should be transferred from one person to the another person. That means when blood is lost from one person, once blood of the person is lost, here the blood should be transferred from one person to the another person, so that here when it is severe injuries, that means severe accidents are taken place, or otherwise in an operations. In operations here it needs the blood. Why means during operations some amount of blood will be losing. To rectify that loss here a blood transfusion should be taken place. That means the blood should be donated from one person to the another person, and the person who is giving blood are called as a donors. That means the person giving the blood, the person who is giving the blood, they are called as donors, and the blood person receiving the person receiving blood are called as a recipient, or we can call as receptors. That means the person who is giving the blood are called as a donors, and the person receiving the blood, that means who is taking the blood, they are called as a recipient. So here the donors and the recipients the blood. That means when blood is transferring here the persons, the donors antigen should not combines with a recipient and antibodies. That means here the recipient antibodies cannot mix it with the donors and antibodies, so they are differently they are presenting, then only here it will be able to suitable for the a person's the blood. Otherwise if it is the same type of antigen and antibodies are presenting, here what happens, the mismatch of the blood, that means here the compatibility or matching is not be taken place. The matching or we can call as compatibility. That means here when compatibility is taken place or matching, here a donor's antigen cannot mix it with the recipient and antibodies. Here the same type of antibodies and antigen and antibodies are not be presenting, they should be differ, then only here a blood should be transferring to the one person to the another person. So that matching blood we can call that means matching means here donors antigen and recipient antibody should be taken place, then this condition we can call as a compatibility. So here when compatibility is taken place, here we can able to donate a blood from one person to the another person only. So here when it given here a compatibility, that means antigen and antibodies they are presenting. So already said here O blood group we can call as a universal donors. O blood group is called as donors or called as donors. Why means here due to an absence of an antigens, they can able to donate any type of blood group. That means any person they can able to donate due to the absence of an antigens. And here AB blood group we can call as a receptor universal. We can call as a universal recipient. We can call them as a universal recipient. So here O blood group we can call as a universal donors. So here we are having so here in AB blood group the antibodies are absenting. Due to the absence of antibodies, they can able to take any type of a blood group. So here when you taken place here, there are blood groups. That means how we can able to give here A person blood group. A blood group can able to donate. That means here donating donors. Here A blood group donors. So here A blood group can able to donate the blood group of A person and the O only. A B blood group can given the person a B and O only. AB person can able to donate the blood such as A, B, AB and the O. And here O blood group person can be able to give only the O blood group person only can able to give, not any other persons. I means here antigen and antibodies are different, are presenting in A and O blood group. The A person can able to, that means A person can receive here receptors. A blood groups are receptors and can donate A and O, and B blood group receptors B and O, and AB person can able to donate give blood to the A, B, AB and O person can receive only O donate person only can able to donate for the O blood group receptors. So these are the various types where we can able to receptors and donors. So this is where we can see in the blood transfusion. Why means here a mismatching, that means matching of blood is taken place. When it is matching also, here a small amount of the clumping is taken place. So when you get the doubt, sir, we are unable to give O blood group is giving to the A person, here they cannot able to die. Why means here very small, that means here antigen and antibodies are different, are presenting, but when giving also very less amount of a negligible amount of clumping is taken place. That means matching will be when O blood groups are together combining here they taken place. That means the clumping or agglutinogen or agglutinins. Here what happens here due to these here a negligible amount of clumping is taken place. That negligible amount clumping will leads to the, why means it is dissolved in the plasma of the blood. That is not helpful, that is not taken place, not help, that not leads to the death. A less amount of a negligible amount of clumping is taken place, that is not helpful for the death of the person. Why means here that are dissolved in the plasma of the blood, that plasma will dissolve that one, so that it is not helpful for a clumping. Severe clumping will not be taken place. When it is severe clumping is taken place means when it is a mismatch of blood. That means same antigen and antibodies are same type of persons. That means antigen and antibodies are same, they are presenting. Then here it leads to the death of the persons only. So here now in this this is about the blood transfusion. Next coming to the, so now the testing of the blood groups. Testing of a blood groups. So how we can able to test means there are two type of tests are presenting, that is, and seras are presenting, one we can call as an anti-sera A and an anti-sera B. So here we are having an anti-sera A and anti-sera B. So with the help of this anti-sera A and anti-sera B, we can easily identify which type of blood group is present in our body. That is, if the sample is taken place, if the blood is taken place, if a blood sample is taken place and added anti-sera A is added, and here clumping is taken place. Here if a clumping is taken place, then it is called as A blood group. If clumping is absent, then we can call as A blood group is absent. That means it is A blood group. AB is absent. A blood group is an absent. So like this, if the sample is taken place, if we add an anti-sera A, anti-sera B is added, then if clumping we can call as a B blood group. If clumping is absenting, if a clumping is absent, then it is called as B blood group is absent. Likewise, if we add anti-sera A and B, if clumping is taken place, then we can call as AB blood group. If clumping is absent, then it is AB is absent. AB blood group is absent. If that means if AB blood group is added, if clumping is taken place, we can call as AB blood group. If clumping is not taken place, then we can taken place we can taken place as a O blood group. If when you add here, it having the O a blood group. That means when clumping is not be taken place, then such type of blood group we can call as, if we add both anti-sera A and anti-sera B is taken place, if clumping is taken place, then we can call as AB blood group. If clumping is not be taken place, then we can call as an we can call as a blood group. So with the help of these anti-sera and anti-sera A and anti-sera B, we can easily identify the type of blood group which is present in our body. And also here another factor is presenting, that is RH factor. Another type of blood group is presenting RH factor is presenting. So what is RH factor means? It was introduced by the Karl Landsteiner. It was introduced by the Karl Landsteiner and Weiner. It was discovered by the Karl Landsteiner and Weiner in a rhesus monkey. They discovered it is in a rhesus monkey. That means when blood is injected into the rhesus monkeys, into the guinea pigs, here in the pigs will produce the special type of antibodies are presenting. So that as antibodies are present only in monkeys, they are identified, but later it is identified that it is present in humans also. This type of antibodies are also presenting. So such type of blood group we can call them as the RH factor. We can call them as the RH factor. When the RH factor is introduced into the humans, here also will shows that here it is coated with a special protein is coating with RBC. If it is coated, if RBC is coated with RH factor, then such type of blood groups are called as RH positives. We can call them as RH positives. If RH coated is absenting in RBC, and RBC the coating is absent, that is coating or RH factor is coating is absent, then we can call them as RH and negatives. So with the help of these we can easily identify, with the help of RH factor we can easily identify, that means if RBC of A, B, AB and O, if it is coated and it is coated with a special factor of RH factor is coated with RBC, then we can call as positives. If it is RH factor is not coated, then we can call them as a negative, that is a positive, and a negative blood groups can easily identify. And also here the RH factor, how important plays RH factor, how RH factor is plays in important role in the pregnancy women's, that will be discussed. Now coming to the a significant role RH factor, RH factor in a pregnancy. So how this RH factor will plays an important role in a pregnancy. So here RH factor will plays a very important role in a pregnancy. Why means there is no RH antibodies are not be present in the individuals. When they are produced, RH negative antigens are presenting, then here it helpful for the producing of the antibodies, that is RH negative antibodies will produce when it is an anti-RH bodies are presenting, here produce RH and antibodies, RH factors are presenting, where here when you take here an example, when RH positive, RH positive men is married with RH and negative women. So here when you will get here you will get either homozygous or a heterozygous conditions are taken place. So when it is homozygous, that means RH positive man is married with RH and negative woman. If the fetus is is RH and negative, here RH negative, there is no antibodies production. RH antibodies production will not be taken place. But when it is that fetus is the RH a positive, RH and the fetus, that means when the fetus when RH positive man is married with RH and negative man, if the fetus is RH positive, so here there is no production of an antibodies or no production is taken place. Otherwise, if the fetus is RH positive, here the antibodies are produced. The RH antibodies are produced. So in the first time there is no antibodies, there is no in a first time here, that is first time pregnancy, a pregnancy, there is no RH antibodies, there is no RH and antibodies. So that what happens here, it helpful for the, here there is no RH bodies, that means they have to synthesize. So when it is synthesized, here what happens, the first child will be a safe, That means will not be affecting any type of the affecting will not be taken place. That means the first child will be the safe. But when the same time, if the second pregnancy also, if it is taken place, the RH positive person, RH, the fetus is RH and negative. Here already the antibodies are produced. So that antibodies which are produced, that will helpful for the destruction of the second pregnancy. The second pregnancy, it helpful for the destruction of the RBC. So due to the destruction of RBC, here what happens? Here this condition we can call as the erythroblastosis fetalis. That means we can call this as erythroblastosis fetalis. That means here the destruction of, that means the RH antibodies will kill the second baby. That means RBC of second baby, it will affecting. So the destruction of RBC is taken place. This condition we can call as the erythroblastosis fetalis. Erythro means red blood cells. Blastosis, that means breaking down. So here the fetus will helpful for the breaking down of the fetus due to the RBC of the cells which are antibodies which are produced in the mother. The fetus will be, death will be taken place. So this condition, the death of the fetus will be taken place due to the destruction of an RBC. So this condition we can call as the erythroblastosis fetalis. So here it shows the symptoms. That symptoms are when it is that means that womb will be a death. Otherwise, if it is alive means here it shows the symptom, that is jaundice, and here it shows the symptom jaundice and anemia. It shows that the jaundice and anemia conditions, the symptoms will be shown, where here this is destruction of an RBC will be taken place. So that before the deliberation of baby of the mother, that means when the RH positive woman, the pregnancy woman, the second pregnancy is taken place before the deliberation. Here before a deliberation of 72 hours before the deliberation, here it gives an antidose is given. An antidose is given, that is called as the rogum. We can call that as rogum. Pro means RH factor, gum means gamma immuno, that means gamma globulins. RH rogum. This rogum will helpful for the providing the coat. It is coated, the RBC is coated with the RH, that means RH factor, RH, the antibodies, that means it is coated, the RBC is coated with a special RH rogum, it is coated, that is RH factors and RH antibodies. So here it is coated with RH, it is coated, that is rogum is coated with the RBC of the fetus, RBC of the fetus. So here will not be affecting. So it is due to the, what happens due to this rogum, here it is coating of the RBC cells. That means here the RBC cells are coated so that the destruction of RBC will not be taken place, where it is not leads to the death of the fetus. So this is taken place due to the before 72 hours before the deliberation, that is given an antidose, that is called as rogum, where this rogum will protect the RBC of the fetus to not destruction is not be taken place, so that here the deliberation will be a safe condition will be taken place. So this is the factor how the RH, the positive, that is RH factor will place a very important role in the pregnancy. So this is the topic of blood, that is the blood groups, the types of blood groups, how we can able to what is a universal donor, universal recipient, as well as the testing of blood groups, as well as the RH factors, and how RH factor will place a very important role in the pregnancy. So this is the concept of a blood group. So in a next class that we'll discuss the structure of the heart, we'll discuss in the next class.